Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today, I'll be presenting our proposed urban landscape design in Tanjung Malim, Perak. These are the boards that we prepared to aid you guys on our design. The first board will cover from introduction of the site until alternatives. The second board will cover on schematic plan and also planting concept with a few sketches as reference. And for the third board, we'll talk about preliminary master plan. Let's have a quick review on Tanjung Malim's background first. Tanjung Malim is known as a town located at the border between two states which are Selangor and Perak. This town located strategically due to its Titi Wangsa range as its background and also located at a gentle slope valley. Due to the establishment of University Pendidikan Sultan Idris in 1922, this town is dubbed as Education Town by the local people ever since.
Firstly, for the design aim, is to create landscape design that will promote revitalization of culture in town of Tanjung Malim. And the design objectives consist of three, which is to educate people and tourists about the culture through landscape ideas for appreciating the town, to promote sense of welcoming with the rhythm of Tanjung Malim and strengthen community identification in the town. And lastly, to propose suitable gathering area according to their cultures with complete facilities and amenities in the town. So next, for the design strategies, for the first objective is to propose proper street planting and to introduce cultural land. For the second objective, consists of provide gathering places, parks, plazas or courtyards, and design public facilities with special identity, art and functional such as bus stop, sitting area or shelter. And next, to improve the town's safety aspect. And for the third objective, consists of provide a platform for community pleasure and relaxation that offers community experiences, and to create a sense of community by utilizing the physical arrangement and composition of the space.
Our concept for this proposed urban design is for Tanjung Malim to serve as a culture town. To achieve this, we selected patches of tiles as our theme. Patches can be defined as pieces of cloth or other materials used to mend or strengthen a torn or weak point, while tales can be simply understood as a narrative that relate the details of some or imaginary events, incidents and also case. So, basically patches of tales theme tells us that Tanjung Malim will serve as a stretch of cloth that embodied with different patches that symbolize the different culture of three main races in Tanjung Malim, which are Malays, Chinese and also Indians, and each patches serve as narration for the pedestrian to get to know more about Tanjung Malim and its unique culture. We have 7 layers of functional diagrams which covers on historical zone, green zone, transition zone, food and commercial zone, art zone, shuttle bus route circulation and also pedestrian circulation.
Next, for the green zone, our ideas are to propose mini recreational park at the abundant space near housing area that can be utilized by kids. In this area, we will enhance the riverfront park by the riverbank of Sungai Bernam. Meantime, the other area will be designed as an Edu Pocket Park, which has series of ethnobotanical plants that can educate the visitors. And lastly, this space will be created as urban farming area, which consists of various edible plants. Next, for the art zone, we will propose street art that display the historical background of Tanjung Malim and the character of each races with comfortable space for tourists. At the same zone, we will plant more shaded trees and interactive murals lane where the art including perspectives, altering images that allow visitors to pose creatively as if they are also part of the art created. In Art Hub area, we propose multi-purpose square that not only for parking but for big gathering area and cultural events, or can be highlighted as cultural hotspots. The area also will be provided with adequate lighting that is suitable for sustainability. Next, for food and commercial area, we will make it as an interactive museum with cafe to evoke the feelings of nostalgia, and it will provide Malay traditional food such as pausadili. At the same time, it has some replica of the old days that give info about historical event at Tanjung Malim. At the Old Town area, we will enhance the buildings of Chinese food stalls with Chinese architectural styles as it is near the Chinese community housing area. Another space, we will provide outdoor Instagrammable cafe that highlighted some of popular halal Indian foods. Next, for the transition zone, we will provide eco-friendly parking lot that constructed with permeable interlocking concrete pavers and plant shaded trees to keep it cool and reduce the urban heat. Other than that, tourist center will be conducted at bus terminal which is located at the Old Town, and bike rental will be provided to ease the users to go around Tanjung Malim. Food vendors and gift shop also located at the center. Also, we will build eco-friendly bus stands that the roof design will refer to traditional Asian roof to highlight the culture in Tanjung Malim. Each bus stand has a bike shelter to ease the users to drop off the bike after visiting around the new and old town. Next, we will move on to the vegetation map. Based on the number given and color representation, number 1 is strictly for urban farming area that consists of edible plant. Number 2, Pocket Park is for fragrant and adds no botanical plants. For the number 3, which is mini recreational park, it is suitable for ornamental plant and shading area. For riverfront park, which is number 4, it is supposed to be planted with ornamental plant and street planting area can be seen with the green colors in the map. Next, for the circulation map, the blue symbol is specifically for shuttle bus circulation for both Old and New Town of Tanjung Malim. The yellow round legend in the map is for bus stop stations, and the nodes represent the transition zone using the main bus lane to interconnect the nodes. Next, the map shows the bicycle circulation for visitors and residents of Tanjung Malim. The red symbol is the proposed circulation for bike lanes that connected both town, and yellow symbols is for bike rental station. By referring to Federal Highway Administration costs, restricting the existing road with bike lanes is the best choice considering that there are not sufficient space, especially at the Old Town's road. Next, the orange symbols in the map is referring to pedestrian circulation. The pedestrian circulation will be added with zebra crossing for safety reasons and will use specific pavement that is suitable for the area.
Let's proceed with alternatives. From the layered functional diagrams, we are able to come up with 4 alternative diagrams with a slight difference among them.
Next, for the first alternative, there are some changes consist of green zone and circulation. Green area beside the railway line has a potential to develop a railway tourism. Next, shuttle bus road has been restricted only to Bus Central in Old Town. From there, visitors can walk or ride the bicycles during tours around the city. This is because we want to introduce a tourist-friendly town. We understand that some elder visitors might face the difficulties to walk or to ride a bicycle. Thus, we introduce cultural trail. It is elderly-friendly as the senior visitors can visit all the cultural places by riding the trekshore. This will not only increase the strong vibe of the culture, but also gives the possibility to discover the city face-to-face. Next, for the second alternative, the circulation for bus and bicycle line are remaining with the same roof. The education area will have more buses and bicycle shelter for students to have easy transportation service. The green area will have more shaded trees, and the food zone will be highlighted in Old Town because it is near to tourist center, which they can easily reach and consists of multiple types of halal foods which is suitable to all. The art zone will be enhanced with street art line and preservation of colonial architectural building. Meanwhile, at the Old Town, there is a space which art festival could be held because near to Junction and Upsi. The multipurpose area at Sarang Art Hub will be proposed for gathering area or any occasion because of the big area at the parking lot. So, for the third alternative, there will be a slight change on the shuttle bus circulation. Some roads that head to the Kampung Kubu will be restricted as the sound of vehicle might bothering the residents. This is also to encourage visitors and residents to walk a little bit. The interactive street art will be added on the restricted roads and the main road along Upsi at the new town, which is also potentially to provide parklet. Both are solely for the purpose to encourage a walkable city, and people will eventually interact with one another. In this fourth alternative, green area has been increased, which focusing along the railway as to build a railway corridor that serve any recreation activities. Multipurpose area has been added near food zone and at Sarang Art Hub. The area can be used as a place for any event or social gathering or parking for the visitors. Next, shuttle bus circulation is added in Upsi to ease students' movement, and bus stand together with bicycle parking are installed at every junction in the campus as transition area in the town. Bicycle and pedestrian roads being added in Old Town area so that the tourists can enjoy every moment in the town and have a meaningful experience and enjoy their trip at Tanjung Malim, which serves its concept as cultural town. Based on 4 alternative designs that we provided, we came to a conclusion on which items or elements that will be included in our schematic plan. In our zoning part, the parking area near the art hub and church was chosen as our main culture hotspot. That area will be transformed into a multi-purpose square, not only to serve as parking area, but also can be used as the gathering area for cultural event with a stage installed within it. Next, the visitors from nearby districts will be greeted with gateways that portray the uniqueness of Tanjung Malim culture that will take place at both entrances at the borderline between Perak and Selangor. Also, 3 culture-based restaurants according to 3 main races in Tanjung Malim, which are Malay, Chinese and Indian, will be proposed. For the Malay-based restaurant, idea of building a museum cafe will be applied at the railway corridor where there was a former station of KTM. For the Chinese, there was already a restaurant that served Chinese cuisine located at the housing area at the Old Town. The idea is to refurbish the area around it to serve as a gathering area and open area where suitable for activities like parking and drive-in cinema, while for the Indian restaurant, food stall lodged in front of the M building will be converted into Indian-based cuisine restaurant, with the concept of open restaurant will be proposed, and the open space behind the current food stall will remain as the square for birds like pigeons to linger. For the green spaces, we intended to use the area of abandoned OOPSI quarters to become an area for urban farming equipped with spaces like seating, storage and also stall area where the sources will be channeled or used by the residents nearby. Before the entrance of underground tunnel that connect New Town and Old Town, Edu Pocket Park will replace the current grass area and will be used to educate people on ethnobotanical plants used in community of Tanjung Malim and will be provided with sitting area. A mini recreational park aiming for the children and also the residents will be built for the housing area at Old Town. It will be built on a potential land next to a line of shops lot near the housing area. It will be filled with playground and the therapeutic space. The green area along the river at the south entrance of Tanjung Malim will become a riverfront park where people can have sport and gathering activities there. The gathering space that will take place is intended to revitalize the almost forgotten tradition of Melayu Rawa, which is a gathering to hear the tales from the old generation. Lastly, at the railway corridor, we plan to transform it into a community centre where it will serve to welcome the KTM users who drop by and also as a place where all age of groups can spend their time there. This green community centre will facilitate resting, education and also sport area.
For our planting concept, we have chosen several types of planting to be proposed in Tanjung Malim town. The first one is random planting, which consists of edible fruits and vegetables for kitchen use and will be planted at Malim farm. Next, we have Semerbach planting that is purposed for fragrant to enlighten the mood and also function for healing and relaxation. This planting will decorate mini educational park and also Edu Pocket Park. For the third one, we have Bahari planting that will be placed in mini recreational park and also riverfront park. This type of planting served as visual enhancement. We also have ribbon planting that will help to segregate the vehicles and also pedestrian area and will act as the street planting. Lastly, whereas planting is a collection of ethnobotanical plants that have been used and inherited from generation to generation and will be planted at Edu Pocket Park. This is our preliminary master plan that covers on our proposed design. First, a hanging garden named Layman Kyangan will take over the nearly abandoned bridge that connect Old Town to New Town and will serve as vantage point where people can view Tanjung Malim from higher point. Next, we have outdoor gallery that locates at the community center along the railway corridor and will become the platform for artwork and crafts exhibition. We also have Malim Farm that is an urban farming area that will provide source of economy like vegetables and edible fruits to the residents. This farm will be built on the abandoned OOPSI quarters. Next, we have Indian restaurant which is Muslim friendly and will serve halal Indian cuisine. At the parking near our thub, multi-purpose square will take place as it will also equipped with parking and also a stage for culture event. In other words, This multi-purpose square will be the main culture highlight in Tanjung Malim. We also have Layman Bostomim that located at the North Parax along our gateway that will serve as resting area and also memorial park for a Tanjung Malim-born freedom fighter. At the southern gateway, Riverfront Park will greet the visitors and also will be the leisure area for jogging and also culture gathering. For the Malay and Chinese races, a Malay museum cafe and also halal Chinese cuisine restaurant will be developed near the housing area at Old Town and also community center. For the resident of Taman Bandar, Reflexology area is a mini recreational park aimed for children with complete facilities. We also provide a section where the section will be cut at the cultural alley that is labeled with AA. This alley focusing on the street arts from 3 different races in Tanjung Malim, which are Malays, Chinese and also Indians. From the section also, we can see our proposed bike lane after restructuring the road structure. We replace the diagonal parking into parallel parking and the space that is left will be transformed and utilized to become a bicycle lane. With that, thank you for lending me your ears. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.